Hello, beautiful soul. Right now, as you're listening to my voice, I want you to take a deep breath and let something settle in your heart. You are not broken because English feels hard. You are not slow because words don't come easily. You are not behind because you freeze when someone speaks to you in English. You are simply human, learning something new, and that takes incredible courage. I know you've been there, standing in a store, knowing exactly what you want to buy, but when the moment comes to speak, your throat closes up. Your mind goes blank. The words you practiced 100 times at home suddenly disappear, and you feel like a child again, small and uncertain. Maybe you've walked away from conversations you wanted to have, or pointed instead of speaking, or smiled and nodded when you didn't understand, hoping no one would notice. Today, we're going to change that story together. We're going to take one of the most common, beautiful human experiences, shopping at a market, and turn it into your gateway to confident English. Not perfect English, not textbook English, but real, warm, connecting English that comes from your heart and reaches another person's heart. Learning English is like learning to dance with life itself. At first, you step on your own feet, you worry about the rhythm, you think too much about each movement. But gradually, something magical happens. The music becomes part of you. Your body starts to flow. You stop thinking about the steps and start feeling the dance. That's what we're doing today with English. Starting with something as simple and essential as buying food, asking questions, connecting with another human being through words. The market is perfect for learning because it's real life wrapped in kindness. People expect simple conversations. They want to help you. They smile when you try. There's no test, no grade, no judgment, just two people sharing a moment over apples and bread, over the simple human need to nourish ourselves and each other. By the end of our time together today, you're going to feel something shift inside you. That tight feeling in your chest when you think about speaking English. That voice that says you're not ready yet, that fear that everyone will judge your accent or your mistakes, it's going to soften. You're going to realize that you already have everything you need to connect, to communicate, to belong in English-speaking spaces. We're going to listen together to real conversations, not rushed or complicated, but gentle and clear. The way people actually talk when they're being kind to each other. You're going to hear how simple words become bridges between hearts. You're going to practice thinking in English without forcing it, letting the language flow through your day like sunlight through windows. Most importantly, you're going to remember something you may have forgotten. Learning English isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more yourself in another language. It's about letting your warmth, your curiosity, your humanity shine through different words with the same beautiful heart you've always had. The market is waiting for you. The conversations are ready to welcome you. Your voice, exactly as it is today, with whatever accent, whatever mistakes, whatever nervous pauses. Your voice matters and belongs in this world. Let's begin this journey together. One word, one breath, one moment of courage at a time. Before we step into that market together, let's talk about the invisible walls that might be holding you back. I see you there, my friend, carrying stories that don't serve you anymore. Maybe someone once laughed at your pronunciation. Maybe a teacher corrected you so many times you started believing you were naturally bad at languages. Maybe you compare yourself to people who seem to speak effortlessly, and you feel like you'll never catch up. Here's what I want you to know, and I want you to let this sink deep into your bones. There is no such thing as being naturally bad at language. You already mastered the most complex language system in the world, your first language, before you could even tie your shoes. Your brain is a language learning miracle. The only difference now is that you're aware of the process, and sometimes that awareness creates anxiety where there should be excitement. Think about a baby learning to walk. Does the baby worry about falling? Does the baby compare their wobbly steps to an Olympic runner? Does the baby quit after the 10th fall and decide they're just not a walking person? Of course not. The baby falls, gets up, takes another step, falls again, laughs, reaches for mama's hand, and keeps going. The baby knows something we forget as adults. Learning is not about avoiding mistakes, it's about embracing the journey. Every single person who speaks English fluently was once where you are now. Every native speaker was once a child making funny grammar mistakes, mispronouncing words, creating sentences that made their parents smile. The difference is they didn't judge themselves for it. They played with language. They experimented. They spoke with joy, not fear. When you go to a market and you say, "How much is this?" instead of "How much does this cost?" the vendor understands you perfectly. When you point to tomatoes and say, "These ones look good," instead of "These look good," you've communicated beautifully. When you smile and say, "Thank you so much," with your unique accent, you've created a moment of human connection that transcends perfect grammar. Fluency isn't about perfection. Fluency is about flow, about communication happening naturally, about your thoughts reaching another person's understanding without strain or confusion. I know people who speak with textbook grammar but sound robotic, and I know people who make grammar mistakes but speak with such warmth and clarity that you hang on every word. Which kind of speaker do you want to be? Let's practice changing the voice in your head right now. Instead of "I'm so bad at English," try "I'm learning English and every day I get a little better." Instead of "I can't speak properly," try "I'm finding my voice in English." Instead of "People will judge my mistakes," try "People will appreciate my effort to communicate with them." I am not behind. I am just starting again. Say it with me. I am not behind. I am just starting again. This isn't a race where someone else is winning. This is your personal journey of expansion, of opening up new parts of yourself, of connecting with more of the world. You're not competing with anyone. You're cooperating with your own growth. Here's something beautiful about market conversations. They happen in the present moment, about immediate, concrete things. You're not discussing philosophy or giving a presentation. You're saying "Good morning," asking about prices, choosing between apples, saying "please" and "thank you." These are the building blocks of all human interaction, and you already know how to do this in your heart language. The magic happens when you realize that beneath every language, the human experience is the same. The vendor wants to help you find good food. You want to take care of yourself and your family. There's kindness waiting for you in these simple exchanges, patience for your learning process, appreciation for your effort to connect. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to put your hand on your heart and feel it beating. That heart has been beating for you through every challenge you've faced. Every fear you've overcome, every new thing you've learned. It's beating for you now as you learn English. Trust that heart. Trust your capacity to learn, to grow, to surprise yourself with what you can do. When we listen to market conversations today, I want you to listen with that trust, with curiosity instead of judgment, with the understanding that every person you hear speaking was once learning too. They once felt nervous about pronunciation, once searched for words, once worried about making mistakes. Now they speak naturally, not because they're perfect, but because they kept going, kept trying, kept believing in their own ability to communicate. You have that same ability inside you right now. It's not waiting for you to study more grammar or memorize more vocabulary. It's waiting for you to trust it, to use it, to let it grow through practice and patience and kindness toward yourself. The market is the perfect place to start because it welcomes beginners, it rewards effort, and it celebrates the simple human desire to connect and take care of each other. Are you ready to listen with new ears, to hear not just words but the warmth between them? To imagine yourself in these conversations not as a perfect speaker, but as a real person, communicating real needs with real kindness? Your English journey is about to become much more beautiful. Now we're going to step into the market together, and I want you to listen not just with your ears, but with your whole being. Listening in a new language is like tuning into a different radio station. At first, there might be some static, some unclear moments, but gradually the signal becomes clearer, and you start to hear not just words, but music, rhythm, the heartbeat of communication. Before we listen to our first conversation, let's prepare your mind. I want you to imagine you're walking into a farmer's market on a Saturday morning. The sun is warm on your face. There are colors everywhere, the smell of fresh bread, the sound of friendly voices mixing with the rustle of paper bags and the gentle thud of apples being placed in baskets. You're not there to perform perfectly. You're there to be human, to take care of yourself, to participate in this ancient ritual of choosing food and sharing pleasantries with the people who grow it. Let's listen to Sarah as she shops for her family's dinner tonight. Listen not for every single word, but for the feeling, the flow, the natural pauses and responses. Notice how real conversations have gentle starts, little questions, moments of consideration, warm endings. Good morning. Everything looks so fresh today. Could I get some of those tomatoes, please? The ones right there, yes. How much are they per pound? $3? Perfect. Could I have about 2 pounds? Oh, these smell amazing. Have you been growing tomatoes long? 5 years? Wow, you can really tell the difference. The ones from the grocery store just don't compare. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Did you hear how simple that was? How warm? Sarah used basic words, asked simple questions, shared a genuine compliment, and created a lovely moment with the vendor. This is real English, the kind that builds relationships and gets things done with kindness. Now let's listen to Tom, who's newer to this market and feeling a little uncertain, but still managing to communicate beautifully. Hi there. Excuse me, are these peaches ready to eat? Today, tomorrow? Okay, good. Can I choose my own? Thank you. This one feels good. And this one? How much for just two? $2.50? Here you go. Thanks a lot. Notice how Tom hesitated a little, used, asked for clarification, but still had a successful interaction. He got what he needed, the vendor was helpful, and nobody worried about his pauses or simple language. This is how real communication works. As you listen to these conversations, your brain is doing something miraculous. It's absorbing the rhythm of English, the natural patterns, the way questions flow into answers, how people signal friendliness and politeness. You don't need to analyze it or memorize it. Just let it wash over you like warm water. Let your unconscious mind soak up these patterns. Now, throughout your day today, I want you to start thinking in English about simple, immediate things. When you wake up, instead of planning your day in your first language, try thinking, I need to have breakfast. What do I want to eat today? Maybe some eggs and toast. When you brush your teeth, think, I'm brushing my teeth. The toothpaste tastes fresh. I should brush for 2 minutes. This isn't about perfection. If you can only think of 1 or 2 words in English, that's perfect. If you mix languages in your mind, that's normal and helpful. Your brain is building bridges between languages, and that's exactly what fluent people do naturally all the time. Let's practice some market thinking right now. Imagine you're getting ready to go shopping. Think, I need to buy some groceries today. What do I need? Milk, bread, maybe some fruit. I should make a list. Feel how these simple thoughts in English connect to your real life, your real needs, your real activities. When you're choosing what to wear, think, it's a nice day today. I'll wear my blue shirt. It's comfortable. When you're walking outside, think, the weather is beautiful. I can hear birds singing. That dog is so cute. Let English become the soundtrack to your ordinary, precious life. This kind of thinking practice is like planting seeds in your mind. Every time you think a simple thought in English, you're strengthening the pathways that will help you speak naturally. You're teaching your brain that English isn't something foreign and difficult. It's just another way to experience and describe your world. Here's your gentle challenge for today. Choose 3 moments when you'll consciously think in English. Maybe when you're making coffee, maybe when you're walking somewhere, maybe when you're getting ready for bed. Just simple, present moment thoughts. I'm making coffee. It smells good. I like coffee in the morning. If this video is helping you feel less alone in your English journey, if it's making you realize that you're more capable than you thought, please subscribe to our channel. You belong in this community of learners who are supporting each other with patience and kindness. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share 1 simple sentence you practice thinking in English today. It could be, I am learning English, or today is a good day, or I like this video. Whatever you share, know that it matters, that you matter, and that every sentence you think or speak in English is a victory worth celebrating. We're building something beautiful together. 1 word, 1 thought, 1 moment of courage at a time. Here's what I want you to understand about speaking English in real life. You don't need to wait until you're perfect to start. You don't need a certificate or a test score or someone's permission. You need exactly what you have right now, your willingness to connect with another human being, plus a few simple words and a lot of heart. Let me show you how powerful you already are. Right now, you know how to say hello, please, thank you, and excuse me. With just those 4 expressions, you can create positive interactions anywhere in the English-speaking world. You can greet people, ask for help politely, show appreciation, and navigate social situations with grace. That's not nothing, that's everything. That's the foundation of human connection. Let's build on that foundation with some real market situations. I'm going to walk you through these conversations slowly, and I want you to notice how each interaction is really just a series of small, manageable exchanges. Nobody's giving speeches or using complicated vocabulary. People are just being kind to each other while accomplishing simple tasks. Imagine you're at a fruit stand and you want to buy some apples for your family. The conversation might go like this. Good morning. Could I have some apples, please? These red ones look nice. How much are they? $5 for a bag? That sounds good. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Let's count your victories in that simple exchange. You greeted someone warmly. You made a polite request. You expressed a preference. You asked for information. You showed appreciation. You wished someone well. That's 6 different communication skills you demonstrated in under 30 seconds. 6 ways you connected with another person and accomplished your goal. Now, let's try a slightly more complex situation. You're looking for something specific, maybe ingredients for a recipe you want to try. Excuse me, do you have any fresh basil? I'm looking for the green herb for cooking. Oh, over there? Thank you. This looks perfect. How much for one bunch? $3? Perfect. Do you grow this yourself? Really? It smells amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Look at what happened there. You asked for help finding something. You clarified what you meant to avoid confusion. You expressed satisfaction with what you found. You showed interest in the vendor's work. You gave a genuine compliment. You expressed gratitude. Each of these is a micro win, a small success that builds your confidence and creates positive energy in the interaction. Here's something beautiful about these everyday conversations. People want them to succeed. The vendor wants to help you find what you need. Other customers want to share the space peacefully. Everyone benefits when communication flows smoothly, so people naturally adjust their speech, repeat themselves if needed, and use gestures to help understanding along. I remember a student who told me she was terrified to ask for directions, convinced that people would be impatient with her English. Then one day she got lost and had to ask, and not only did the person help her, but they walked with her for 2 blocks to make sure she found the right place. She realized that her fear had been keeping her from experiencing the kindness that was always there, waiting for her. Let's practice building your confidence with what I call expansion phrases. These are simple ways to take a basic interaction and make it slightly more personal, more connected. Instead of just thank you, you can say, thank you so much, this is exactly what I needed. Instead of just good morning, you can say, good morning, everything looks beautiful today. Instead of just how much, you can say, how much for these lovely tomatoes? The word lovely is magic in English. It's warm, it's easy to pronounce, and you can use it for almost anything. This is a lovely market. What lovely weather we're having. These are lovely apples. Practice saying lovely right now. Feel how it softens your voice, how it adds warmth to whatever you're describing. Another confidence-building word is wonderful. This bread smells wonderful. What a wonderful selection you have. Thank you, you've been wonderful. These words don't just communicate information, they communicate appreciation, positivity, the kind of energy that makes people happy to help you. Now I want you to imagine yourself succeeding. See yourself walking through a market, greeting vendors with a smile, asking questions confidently, making choices without second-guessing yourself, thanking people warmly. Notice how in this vision, you're not speaking perfectly, but you're speaking effectively. You're getting what you need, contributing to the friendly atmosphere, being the kind of customer that vendors are happy to serve. This vision isn't fantasy, it's prediction. This is exactly what will happen when you combine your natural social intelligence with basic English phrases and the willingness to try. You already know how to be polite, friendly, and considerate in your first language. Those same social skills translate perfectly into English. The words might be different, but your kindness, your respect, your humanity come through just the same. Every time you imagine yourself succeeding in English, you're programming your mind for success. Every time you practice a simple phrase, you're building neural pathways that will serve you in real conversations. Every time you speak English, even to yourself, even just a few words, you're proving to yourself that you can do this. Your micro wins are waiting for you everywhere. In every good morning you say with confidence, every please and thank you that comes naturally. Every moment when you understand someone the first time they speak, every interaction where you communicate your needs clearly and kindly. These aren't small victories, they're the building blocks of fluency, the foundation of belonging in English-speaking communities. You are so much more ready than you think you are. Your voice in English is already beautiful, even if you don't believe it yet. I know you might feel self-conscious about your accent, worried that people won't understand you, afraid that you don't sound like the English speakers you hear in movies or songs. But here's what I need you to know. Your accent is not a flaw to be fixed. It's a bridge between your heritage and your future. A unique signature that makes your English distinctly yours. When you speak English with an accent from your first language, you're not speaking broken English, you're speaking world English, the kind that billions of people use to connect across cultures every single day. The goal isn't to sound like someone else, it's to sound like yourself, speaking clearly enough that your meaning reaches other people's hearts without confusion or strain. Let's start with breathing, because confidence begins with breath. Right now, take a slow, deep breath through your nose. Hold it for just a moment, then let it out slowly through your mouth. Feel how that centers you, how it relaxes your shoulders and opens your chest. This is how you want to breathe when you speak English, not shallow and nervous, but deep and supported, giving your voice room to resonate. Now, let's work on the rhythm of English, which is different from many other languages. English has a musical quality, with some words stressed more than others, creating a pattern of strong and weak beats, like a gentle drum that helps meaning flow from speaker to listener. When you learn this rhythm, your English immediately sounds more natural, even if your individual sounds aren't perfect. Let's practice with a simple market phrase. Could I have some apples, please? The stress falls on could, have, apples, and please. Try saying it with me, emphasizing those words while letting the others flow more softly. Could I have some apples, please? Feel how that creates a melody, a pattern that makes the meaning clear and pleasant to hear. Here's a wonderful technique called shadowing that will transform your pronunciation and confidence. Find a recording of someone speaking English at a comfortable pace, like a friendly podcast or a clear video, and speak along with them in real time. Don't worry about understanding every word. Just let your mouth follow the sounds, the rhythm, the rise and fall of their voice. It's like learning to dance by following a skilled partner. When you shadow, you're training your mouth muscles to move in English patterns, your ears to recognize the sounds your own voice makes, your brain to coordinate listening and speaking simultaneously. Start with just 30 seconds at a time and gradually work up to longer passages. You'll be amazed at how quickly your pronunciation improves when you practice this way. Recording yourself is another powerful tool, though I know it might feel uncomfortable at first. Most people are surprised by their own voice in any language, but in a second language, it can feel especially strange. Start small. Record yourself saying just one sentence, maybe, "Hello, my name is ... double quotes, and your name." Listen back without judgment, just with curiosity. Notice what sounds clear, what you like about your voice, how your personality comes through even in English. Here's something important about clear pronunciation. It's not about perfection, it's about intention. When you speak with clear intention, when you really want your meaning to reach the listener, your pronunciation naturally improves. Your mouth works harder to form sounds distinctly. Your voice projects more confidently. Your pace slows down just enough for clarity. Let's practice some market phrases with this clear intention. Imagine you really need to communicate these messages, that someone's helpfulness depends on your clarity. "Excuse me, where can I find the fresh herbs?" Put your intention into reaching that person, into making sure they understand you need help and know exactly what you're looking for. "These strawberries look delicious. Are they sweet?" Focus on communicating your interest and your question, not on whether your pronunciation is perfect. Thank you so much for your help. You've been very kind. Let your gratitude color your voice. Let your appreciation be the most important part of the message. When you speak with this kind of intention, people respond to your sincerity more than your accent. They hear your effort, your courtesy, your genuine desire to communicate, and they instinctively help the conversation succeed. Another key to confident pronunciation is pace. Many English learners think they need to speak quickly to sound fluent, but actually, speaking too fast often makes pronunciation less clear and creates more opportunities for mistakes. Native speakers appreciate when someone speaks slowly and clearly, especially in important conversations like asking for directions or ordering food. Practice speaking just slightly slower than feels natural. Give yourself time to form each sound properly, to breathe between phrases, to think about what you want to say next. This isn't just easier for listeners to understand, it's much more comfortable for you as a speaker. You'll make fewer mistakes, feel more in control, and project more confidence. Your voice has power in English, not despite your accent, but including your accent. When you speak English, you're sharing not just information, but your perspective, your culture, your unique way of seeing the world. That's valuable. That's something the English-speaking world needs to hear. I've heard people with strong accents give presentations that moved audiences to tears, have conversations that led to lasting friendships, tell stories that made others laugh until their stomachs hurt. Their accents didn't diminish their messages, they enriched them, adding depth and authenticity that perfect pronunciation could never provide. Practice speaking English out loud every day. even if it's just to yourself. Read market signs aloud as you pass them. Describe what you're cooking as you prepare meals. Thank your reflection in the morning. Let your voice get comfortable with English sounds in low-pressure situations, so when you need to speak in public, it feels natural rather than foreign. Your voice in English is a gift you're giving to the world, a bridge you're building between cultures, a way of saying, I want to connect with you, I want to understand and be understood. That intention, that courage, that generous spirit is what people hear when you speak, and it's beautiful. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to pause for a moment and recognize what just happened. You listened to English conversations without panic. You imagined yourself speaking confidently in real situations. You practiced thinking in English about ordinary, beautiful moments in your life. You explored your voice and discovered that it's already worthy, already capable, already enough. This is not the end of your English journey. This is a new beginning. Today you've planted seeds that will grow in ways you can't even imagine yet. Every time you think a simple thought in English, every time you say good morning with confidence, every time you ask for what you need without apologizing for your accent, you're watering those seeds. You're becoming the English speaker you were always meant to be. Learning English is ultimately about expanding who you are, not changing who you are. It's about taking your curiosity, your kindness, your sense of humor, your way of caring for others, and expressing all of that through different words with the same beautiful heart. When you buy apples in English, you're not just practicing pronunciation, you're participating in the simple, profound act of taking care of yourself and the people you love, just in another language. I think about all the conversations waiting for you, all the connections you'll make, all the moments of understanding and being understood that are coming your way. The vendor who will smile when you compliment their tomatoes. The fellow shopper who will help you find something you're looking for. The cashier who will appreciate your polite please and thank you. These aren't just language exchanges, they're human exchanges. Moments when barriers dissolve and hearts recognize each other across the bridge of words. You don't need to wait until you're perfect to start building these connections. You don't need to study for another year or take another class or feel completely confident before you begin. You begin now, today, with exactly the English you have. Trusting that every interaction will teach you something, every conversation will make you stronger, every mistake will make you wiser. I am not perfect, I am progressing. Say that with me right now. I am not perfect, I am progressing. Let that be your mantra, your gentle reminder that fluency is not a destination you arrive at suddenly, but a journey you're already on, taking one step at a time, learning from every experience, celebrating every small victory along the way. The market we visited together today, whether in your imagination or in your future plans, represents so much more than buying and selling. It represents community, nourishment, the cycles of seasons and growth, the simple pleasure of choosing good things for yourself and your loved ones. When you participate in market conversations in English, you're joining this ancient human ritual, adding your voice to the chorus of people taking care of each other in the most basic, essential ways. Remember that everyone you meet was once learning something new. Everyone you speak with has struggled to master skills that now seem effortless to them. Everyone appreciates effort, recognizes courage, responds to kindness. Your willingness to try, to reach across language barriers, to communicate imperfectly but sincerely. That willingness is a gift you give to everyone you encounter. As you go forward from here, I want you to look for opportunities to practice what we've explored today. When you see a market or a store, imagine the conversations you could have there. When you eat food, think about where it came from, how you might describe it, what questions you might ask about it. When you interact with people in your first language, notice the simple courtesy phrases you use and learn how to express the same kindness in English. Keep a small notebook or a note on your phone where you collect English phrases that feel useful to you, not because you're studying for a test, but because you're building a toolkit for connection. Write down phrases like, "This looks fresh. Could you recommend something? That smells amazing. Thank you for your patience." Practice saying them until they feel natural, until they become part of your English-speaking identity. Most importantly, be patient and gentle with yourself throughout this process. Learning a language is one of the most complex, challenging, rewarding things a human being can do. It requires not just mental effort but emotional courage, not just memorization but creativity, not just study but practice in the real world with real people who might respond in unexpected ways. There will be days when English feels easy and days when it feels impossible. There will be conversations that go smoothly and others that leave you wishing you had said something differently. There will be moments of breakthrough and moments of frustration. All of this is normal. All of this is part of the journey. All of this is evidence that you're really doing it, really learning, really growing. I want to end today by asking you to do something for our community here. In the comments below, share your favorite sentence from today's episode. Maybe it's, "I am not perfect, I am progressing." Maybe it's, "Could I have some apples, please?" Maybe it's something else entirely that resonated with your heart. When you share that sentence, you're not just practicing English, you're encouraging every other learner who reads it, showing them that they're not alone in this journey. And if this episode helped you feel less alone, if it reminded you that you're capable of more than you thought, if it gave you even a small spark of confidence about speaking English, please subscribe to our channel. You belong here. Your voice matters here. Your progress, however small, however imperfect, is valuable and worth celebrating. Thank you for trusting me with your learning journey today. Thank you for having the courage to imagine yourself speaking English with confidence. Thank you for being willing to grow, to try, to become more than you were yesterday. Your English adventure is just beginning, and I believe in you completely. Now go out there and let your beautiful voice be heard.